In the backstage area, Carlito engages in a conversation with Trish Stratus, complimenting her appearance. Speaking in Spanish, Carlito whispers something to Trish, who admits
I don't really speak Spanish.
She doesn't understand the language. Trish, extending good wishes for his upcoming match, receives a proposition from Carlito to spend time together after the match. On Raw, the atmosphere was electric as Torrie Wilson took her place in the ring, assuming the role of special guest referee for the upcoming tag team match. The audience's anticipation reached a fever pitch as Trish Stratus and Candice made their spirited entrance, ready to square off against the formidable duo of Mickie James and Victoria. The match ignited with Candice and Victoria at the forefront, their initial lockup quickly escalating as Victoria resorted to pulling Candice's hair to gain the upper hand. Undeterred, Candice skillfully countered with a waistlock followed by a fireman's carry takeover. She continued to dominate the early exchange, focusing on Victoria's arm with relentless precision, employing another fireman's carry and a knee drop to weaken her opponent. However, Victoria seized an opening, breaking free and retaliating with a knee to Candice's face before dragging her to the corner to tag in Mickie James, who entered the fray with a double axe handle from the top rope. Mickie James maintained the pressure, but Candice's resilience shone through as she attempted to fight back. Mickie's aggression escalated, pulling Candice down by her hair and executing a slam for a near fall. An attempted cheap shot at Trish Stratus backfired, leading to a chaotic sequence where Victoria found herself inadvertently crotched on the top rope. This allowed Trish to tag in, unleashing a flurry of offense that included the Stratosphere on Victoria and an innovative double head scissors on both Mickie and Victoria. With Victoria momentarily neutralized outside the ring, Trish turned her focus to Mickie, delivering a series of chops. Mickie managed to counter with a reverse elbow and attempted her signature Mickie Kanrana, but Trish expertly countered into a powerbomb. A desperate eye rake from Mickie was followed by a knee strike, but interference from Torrie Wilson gave Trish the opening to execute a Stratusfaction. Victoria's last-ditch effort to intervene was thwarted by Candice's timely dropkick, ensuring her team's triumphant win in a match filled with high-octane action and dramatic reversals. The atmosphere in the arena was electric as the WWE Women's title match between Trish Stratus and Mickie James was about to get underway. The two athletes locked up in the center of the ring, ready to give the audience a match to remember. However, before the match could truly find its stride, an unexpected interruption brought everything to a screeching halt. Edge, accompanied by Lita, made a dramatic entrance, demanding that the match, and indeed, the entire show, be stopped immediately.
I am taking over Raw!
Proclaiming himself the reigning champion, Edge voiced his frustration over being Edge, seizing the moment, insisted that Trish remain in the ring to hear him out. With a tone of indignation, he lamented his treatment as a two-time champion, expressing his dissatisfaction with the lack of respect he felt he was receiving.
You want an example?
Edge highlighted the unfairness of being scheduled to face John Cena at SummerSlam. He further criticized the stipulation that he could lose his title on a disqualification. Edge's grievances did not end there. He pointed out the glaring omission of his presence on the SummerSlam promotional poster, where D-Generation X and Cena were prominently featured.
In his natural pose, looking like a complete idiot.
Trish Stratus also made appearances on the poster, the latter mocked by Edge's propensity for injuries. Edge's frustration extended to the cover of the WWE magazine, where he had anticipated being featured,
You know, I heard a rumor that it was someone from Toronto.
only to be overlooked in favor of Trish, whom he disparagingly noted had not won a match. Determined to assert his dominance and prove his worth, Edge vowed to triumph over Cena at SummerSlam. Lita, echoing Edge's sentiments, lambasted Trish with harsh words,
No colors left.
setting off a physical altercation between the two women. As the brawl escalated, Edge intervened. This, however, led to Lita delivering a spear to Trish, further escalating the chaos in the ring. Just when it seemed that Trish was at a disadvantage, Carlito rushed to the ring, intent on making the save. His efforts were initially successful, as he managed to clear the ring of Edge and Lita, as Edge quickly retaliated with a devastating spear, leaving Carlito incapacitated in the ring. The unexpected interruption and ensuing melee left the audience in disbelief, as what was anticipated to be a historic women's title match turned into a showcase of grievances and rivalries, setting the stage for future confrontations and unresolved tensions. In a Trish and Carlito versus Edge and Lita, the tension was palpable as Carlito and Edge kicked off the match, their animosity fueling a fierce exchange of blows that quickly escalated to a brawl. Carlito unleashed a series of lefts, but Edge retaliated with a boot, momentarily gaining the upper hand. Going for a cover that Edge narrowly escaped, the battle intensified as Edge, brimming with aggression, laid into Carlito with boots and slaps, showcasing his dominance with a perfectly timed standing dropkick that again brought him close to victory. The momentum shifted as Carlito, fueled by determination, fought fought back, delivering a sequence of moves culminating in a clothesline that electrified the crowd. The match took a turn as Lita and Trish were tagged in, with Trish immediately taking the offensive with a thus press, unleashing a barrage of rights, knees, and forearms on Lita. The intensity between the two women mirrored that of their partners, with Trish dominating early until Lita managed to turn the tide with an elbow and a high-risk second rope clothesline, nearly securing the win. Lita, seizing control, subjected Trish to a grueling rear headlock, but Trish's resilience shone through as she fought her way out, only to be taken down again. The battle between them was a testament to their rivalry, with each woman pushing the other to their limits. As the match progressed, the teamwork between Carlito and Trish became evident. Their synchronized double dropkick sending their opponents reeling and providing a moment of triumph before the commercial break. Upon return, the scene had shifted dramatically, with Edge now firmly in control over Carlito. The back and forth between them was a masterclass in technical and high-flying maneuvers, with Carlito's moonsault flip further tipping the scales in their favor. As the match reached its climax, the women were once again tagged in, with Trish mounting a spirited comeback, her chops and dropkicks a testament to her fighting spirit. However, the match's turning point came when Edge's intervention allowed Lita to gain the upper hand, leading to a series of high-stakes maneuvers that left the audience on the edge of their seats. The culmination of their efforts was a heart-stopping moment when Edge delivered a devastating spear to Trish, a move that seemed to spell the end for her. In the end, despite Carlito's best efforts to even the odds, Lita managed to secure the pin, granting victory to her and Edge. The aftermath saw Carlito tending to Trish, concern etched on his face, as Edge and Lita basked in their contentious win. Backstage at Raw, Trish, with a determined look in her eyes, approached Carlito. Her and Carlito's theme echoed through the arena as he confidently made his way down the ramp, accompanied by Trish Stratus, both fueled by a thirst for retribution against Edge for his previous actions. WWE Champion Edge followed, entering with Lita, the newly crowned women's champion, by his side. The match commenced with Carlito delivering a barrage of lefts, propelling Edge into the ropes for a formidable back elbow takedown. Continuing his assault, Carlito executed a flawless suplex. Edge retaliated with a cunning eye poke, regaining control momentarily as he cornered Carlito, unleashing a series of attacks. Carlito, undeterred, fought back, landing a clothesline and a sequence of chops, demonstrating his resilience. He dominated Edge with a hard whip into the corner, followed by relentless stomps. Carlito's momentum continued as he performed a scoop slam and an impressive leg drop on Edge, nearly capturing the victory. Edge, however, fought back, targeting Carlito's midsection and back, showcasing his championship medal. The battle intensified as Carlito, demonstrating agility, connected with a moonsault from the top rope onto Edge, almost securing the win if not for Lita's timely intervention. Upon return, the landscape had shifted with Edge now in control. Edge, aiming to wear down Carlito, applied a bear hug, but Carlito's fighting spirit shone through as he broke free, only to be momentarily thwarted by Lita's interference. Trish quickly neutralized Lita, allowing Carlito to regain the upper hand with a series of high-flying maneuvers, each one bringing him closer to victory. Edge fought back, narrowly avoiding defeat after Carlito's acrobatics. The climax approached as Carlito evaded the spear and aimed for his signature back cracker, but Edge cunningly countered, landing the devastating spear. Just then, John Cena emerged, unleashing a fury of attacks on Edge. The chaos escalated as security intervened, with Cena relentlessly pursuing Edge through the crowd. Backstage, Trish Stratus is seen with Maria and Candice Michelle when Layla walks into the scene. Greeted by an odd air from the group, Layla cheerfully says hello, especially acknowledging Ashley Massaro.
Ooh, my first SummerSlam as a WWE Diva.
Trish, holding her stature high, reminds Layla of her accomplishments as a six-time women's champion.
That's why I can call myself a WWE Diva.
She continues to point out the merits of other divas, Torrie Wilson's prestigious cover feature and Jillian Hall's memorable ordeal with a growth on her face. As Trish mentions Ashley, she pauses dramatically, teasing tension before addressing her broken hand, ultimately using it as a testament to her dedication and right to the title of WWE Diva. Layla, who initially appears worried by the direction of the conversation, soon realizes the jest.
My initiation? Oh, no.
The camaraderie among the divas unfolds further as they lead Layla to the shower, playfully turning it on and causing her to react animatedly to the sudden and unexpected soak. The match between Trish Stratus and Victoria was a showcase of resilience, agility, and the fierce rivalry that existed between these two iconic women wrestlers. From the opening bell, the intensity was palpable as Victoria launched an assault with a powerful forearm. Trish, not one to be outdone, swiftly countered, propelling Victoria into the corner in a precision dropkick that sent Victoria tumbling. Trish executed a daring Luthes press from the apron, grounding Victoria with a flurry of punches that showcased her aggressive side. The action quickly returned to the ring, where Trish continued her offensive with a solid smooth clothesline, securing a near fall. As she swiftly transitioned into a roll-up, Trish aimed to deliver her signature move, Stratusfaction. However, Victoria, ever the crafty competitor, countered with a devastating backbreaker. Victoria sought to maintain her advantage by targeting Trish's head with ruthless strikes that saw Trish's face driven into the mat. Victoria's attempt to further incapacitate Trish with another backbreaker was brilliantly countered by Trish. The match continued with both athletes trading blows, each determined to emerge victorious. Victoria's attempt to ascend the turnbuckles was met with resistance from Trish before executing an impressive Rana, further demonstrating her aerial prowess. The in-game approached as Victoria, seemingly in control, attempted to finish Trish with the dreaded Widow's Peak. Trish managed to block the move and, seizing the moment, connected with Stratusfaction. The impact was enough to secure the 3 count, earning Trish Stratus a hard-fought victory in a match that was as much a testament their rivalry. On Raw, Carlito and Trish Stratus are seen engaged in a casual conversation, Carlito mentioning how he believes there's a lot of money to be made with boats and casinos.
I know a lot of ways to make money in the casino.
Yeah?
However, his tone shifts as he confronts Trish about something more urgent. He questions Trish about when she intended to inform him of a significant development he found out through WWE.com.
The Lita says you're retiring after Unforgiven.
Trish confirms it's true, expressing regret that the news didn't come out in a better way. She admits she's been contemplating retirement for quite some time but didn't want the news to break in such an impersonal manner. Frustrated and emotional, Trish then bluntly calls Lita
Nosy bitch, get up in my business.
Oh, hey.
Carlito, in a more composed manner, tells Trish that it's cool and shows his support for her decision. Understanding the gravity of the moment, he softly says that if this is indeed a farewell, then he wishes her well with a heartfelt goodbye kiss. However, their moment is abruptly shattered when Randy Orton bursts onto the scene. Orton then singles out Carlito, violently tossing him into a wall before storming off, leaving chaos in his wake.
You gotta get your lick back. You gotta get your lick back. No, I said you gotta get your lick back.
For a challenge. She then declared her intention to face Lita in one last match at Unforgiven, in her hometown of Toronto.
What do you say?
Lita, ever confident, accepted the challenge, setting the stage for a historic showdown.
Beat you. We're standing over you, women's champion.
Tensions quickly escalated
Just bring it, bitch.
into a scuffle between the two. Carlito rushed in, attempting to play peacemaker, but the situation only intensified when Randy Orton blindsided Carlito with an attack. The chaos suggested the possibility of a mixed tag team match. In the bin,
Just rectify, fix it. Fix it, please.
Shane, always ready to stir the pot, booked the mixed tag team match.
Oh, you think I'm just teaming up with any boy in the locker room?
Lita insisted on including Edge, leading Shane to add John Cena to the match as well. Backstage, Carlito expressed his frustration with Randy Orton, declaring that he was sick of Orton's antics.
What has Randy Orton done since he's been back on Raw? Do this? The hell is this?
Carlito confidently proclaimed himself the king of disrespect and vowed to spit in Orton's face tonight.
Randy Orton's a fraud.
Person tag team match, Edge, Randy Orton, and Lita versus John Cena, Carlito, and Trish Stratus. The match began with Randy Orton and Cena squaring off. Orton got the early advantage, but Cena quickly countered with the throwback for a near fall. Carlito tagged in to go after Orton, leading to a fast-paced slugfest. Orton, using his cunning, thumbed Carlito's eye and tagged in Edge. Carlito responded with a dropkick. Cena tagged back in, causing Edge to retreat and tag in Lita. Trish Stratus eagerly tagged in and immediately went after Lita, pounding her down in the corner. Lita countered with a clothesline, but Trish quickly turned it around with a schoolgirl pin for a 2 count. Trish then slapped Orton, provoking him to enter the ring, which led to all the faces piling in and scaring off the heels. We returned to find Lita chinlocking Trish. Trish managed to hit a nice neckbreaker and tagged in Carlito. Carlito and Orton resumed their battle, with Carlito hitting a Mr. Wrestling 2 knee lift and a springboard back elbow. Carlito's momentum was cut short when Orton threw him out of the ring, allowing Edge and Lita to attack him. Edge then entered the ring, doing jumping jacks to taunt Cena. Edge hit a great standing dropkick and a corner spear, and Orton came in to boot Carlito in the ribs. Cena, frustrated, tried to help but ended up distracting the referee, allowing the heels to triple team Carlito. Despite this, Carlito mounted a brief comeback, only to be booted by Edge and clotheslined for another near fall. Lita tagged in to give Carlito a few kicks, but it didn't last long. Orton resumed the beating, using the ropes for leverage as Edge choked Carlito. Cena was visibly upset, not appreciating the underhanded tactics. Carlito fought back with an enzouajiri on Orton, setting up a hot tag opportunity. However, Edge pulled Cena off the apron, preventing the tag. Trish tagged in instead and took Lita down. The match broke down into chaos as everyone brawled around the ring. Lita hit a snap suplex on Trish, but Trish countered with the Stratosphere. She prepared for the chick kick, but Orton intercepted with an RKO, leaving Trish prone for Lita to pin her. Stratus's last match on Raw before her retirement at Unforgiven was against Mickie James. The match began with Trish gaining control with a headlock, followed by a fist press with a flurry of fists. Mickie attempted to turn the tide by mounting the ropes, but Trish intercepted her with the Mickie Rana. A double clothesline spot left both competitors down, setting the stage for a dramatic moment. Mickie once again ascended the turnbuckle, but this time, Trish anticipated her move. Trish then unleashed a series of elbows and executed a wind-up head scissors. However, Mickie managed to dodge the chick kick and rolled up Trish for a close 2 count. As the match neared its climax, Lita made a sudden appearance at ringside. Seizing the moment, Trish used Stratusfaction to not only knock Lita off the apron but also secure the pinfall victory over Mickie James. Trish emerged triumphant. In a post-match moment filled with emotion, Trish hugged Mickie, visibly moved by the significance of the occasion. Taking the microphone, Trish expressed her gratitude to the fans for joining her on her amazing, awesome ride, concluding with a heartfelt
Thank you for coming.
everyone who had supported her throughout her career. And with that, Trish bid farewell to the Raw audience, leaving behind a legacy that would be cherished by fans for years to come.
Thank you.
Women's Championship match, Trish Stratus vs. Lita. Lita made her entrance first, met with a chorus of boos. The fans were already chanting "Thank you Trish" even before Trish Stratus came out. When Trish's music hit, the crowd erupted with a huge pop. Jim Ross noted that Trish and the Fabulous Moolah were tied with 6 title reigns each, and a win tonight could make Trish the only woman to hold the title 7 times. As the bell rang, Trish and Lita locked up, with Trish backing Lita into the ropes and breaking clean. Lita responded with a shove, but Trish quickly took her down with a clothesline for an early 2 count. Trish followed up with a handstand into a spinning head scissors, sending Lita to the floor. Trish capitalized by hitting a fist press off the ring apron onto Lita. The battle continued outside the ring, with Trish giving Lita a handstand into a Rana on the floor. Back inside, Trish pummeled Lita near the bottom rope, but Lita retaliated by ramming Trish's face into the mat repeatedly. Lita choked Trish on the bottom rope, then snapmared her and applied a sleeper hold. Trish fought out with some elbows, but Lita yanked her down by the hair. Lita rammed Trish's head into the turnbuckles and kicked her in the gut repeatedly. Trish reversed the position, choking Lita with her boot, and then unleashed a series of chops, licking her hand before the final one. Trish hit a stinger splash, but Lita countered with an elbow. Lita climbed the ropes, and Trish attempted a handstand Rana, but Lita caught her, leading to a slug fist on the top rope. Both women tumbled to the floor. Back in the ring, Lita tried for a moonsault, but Trish moved out of the way, causing Lita to crash to the mat. Trish then went for Stratusfaction, but Lita threw her over the top rope. Lita dragged Trish back into the ring for another 2 count. Growing frustrated, she hit Trish with a series of kicks and a knee to the gut, followed by a suplex for another near fall. Lita, trash-talking and slapping Trish, applied another sleeper hold. Trish fought up and hit a neckbreaker. Both women were slow to get up, leading to an exchange of punches. Trish finally caught Lita with the handstand Rana out of the corner and followed up with the chick kick, but Lita kicked out at 2. Lita raked Trish's eyes and attempted the twist of fate, but Trish reversed it into Stratusfaction. Mid-move, Trish shifted into a sunset flip. Trish rolled through and ended up on her feet, holding Lita's legs, then applied the sharpshooter. The crowd erupted in the loudest pop of the night. Lita struggled but eventually tapped out, giving Trish the victory in her 7th Women's Championship. Post-match, Trish celebrated her victory by standing in all 4 corners. She pointed at Lillian Garcia, who pointed back, visibly emotional. The crowd continued to cheer as Trish soaked in the moment, then bowed in the center of the ring for one last time. For now,